So my name is Michael. I am from Cape Girardeau, Missouri, United States, and I came to Ukraine to be a drone operator. Back in the United States, I did do a little bit of drone operation just as recreation and just fun. I never thought it would translate to what I'm doing here in Ukraine. In America, I own a small business, and we do work really closely with military and law enforcement. And I see those people, I see what they're doing, and I wanted to come to Ukraine and gain those skills and be able to translate that to another job in America. So coming to Ukraine the first time was really overwhelming. I don't speak the language. Even going to the grocery store is difficult. But working with Google Translate, the Ukrainian people are so kind, even helping me with any questions that I might have, showing me how things work. And I've been really grateful. But it still even has its struggles today. So my routine life, I live and work about 25 kilometers from front lines. So I haven't spent a lot of time in the cities. So the blackouts are like a normal thing to me. At night, everything is dark. We hear artillery in the distance, even at 25 kilometers. So it's become pretty normal for me to hear explosions every night, to hear gunfire. Um, when I do come to the cities, uh, it's almost like the war doesn't exist here. And it almost feels a little concerning that people continue to go about their lives. But when I live on the front lines, I see armor, I see artillery working all the time, I see soldiers everywhere. And when I come to the cities, it's like it doesn't exist. And it does freak me out a little bit, honestly, to see kids playing. And it's like, I live at the front lines. I do wish my life was more calm, but I did sign up and volunteer for this and will continue to do my duty for the Ukrainian people. Being a drone operator, I get to see a lot that our infantry does not see, that our armor does not see. I spend a lot of time watching Russian positions, watching these people disappear almost on a weekly basis. I can say that I might be responsible for several of these people no longer existing. And something I'd like to touch on is a lot of Ukrainians in military don't refer to our enemy as people. I myself find them, they are human. Um, they are my enemy, but I will not discredit a human life. One of my first deaths that I seen here was actually not Russian. It was actually Ukrainian in a car accident, and it kind of hit home pretty hard that this soldier didn't die on the battlefield. He died because of a reckless accident. Um, my second experience was seeing uh, Russians being shot with MK19 40 millimeter grenades on frontline positions in our forest. So we don't. It is difficult to even talk about because I still think of my enemy as people, and um, it can be difficult sometimes, but each unfortunately each one is getting easier to deal with. Actually, that's a really good question. We need to celebrate our soldiers. We need to honor them as much as possible. We need to support them, tell them that they did a good job, be there for them for with mental health, with emotional and physical support to have this system in place. But the best thing that we can do is to celebrate our heroes. I do feel very supported by the Ukrainian people. Um, when they find out I'm military, they hug me. They want to give me things. They want to say thank you, and it is very emotional, and I feel loved by the Ukrainian people. I get hate mail at least once a week of why are you here in Ukraine? Why aren't you in the United States protecting our borders? Why aren't you fighting for our U.S. military? This is because I came here to stand up for what I believe in, and I can make a difference here. I do feel like I'm doing something valuable here. Um, One of the stories that was told to me, you might know the uh, the Z tank that a farmer had took with his tractor and then gave back to the military. I was in a coffee shop after one of my first missions with a soldier that's no longer here, and he said, "You can be part of this story." Fine. Yeah, maybe a small break. So, in my business, I sit in my office. I I do the same thing. I go to the gym. I go to my job. I sit in my office chair. I work, and I wanted to be part of something bigger. When I heard of the invasion in 2022, I rushed and got my passport, but I myself and my company could not support me leaving because it was only me and one other person. So I wasn't able to come at that time. And I was able to grow my business and become more stable and offered an opportunity to come to Ukraine to stand up for something that I believe in. I don't think somebody coming into your home and taking it is right. And a lot of people talk, but a lot of people don't do. And I'm a doer. I made it here. Crazy, crazy story. I can't even believe that I am still here in Ukraine, that I even made it. And I just see what was on social media, the unjust, the killing of the Ukrainian people. Even now, it's very emotional for me. I want to do more. I want to assault. I want to go to the trenches. But me being a drone operator and keeping eyes on these people, these enemy, creates more problems than me being in a trench fighting one on one with them. But um, coming to Ukraine is one of the best life choices that I've done. I've actually gone through quite a lot of changes. One of them I don't like is I lost. I used to be a funny guy. I used to joke a lot. Coming to Ukraine, I lost that. I've become actually more quiet. That's probably because I work closely on the front lines, and I deal with a lot of with soldiers and a lot of stuff. Um, I I appreciate things more being here because it could be my last. I appreciate going out with friends, enjoying these meals, even with the soldiers. It's an amazing experience. I've become more emotionally open and talking with people and even more honest with myself and others because who knows, my next mission might be the last one. Me to stay motivated to keep up with everything is what I do as an operator. Um, it causes more problems. I like being a problem for the enemy. That is my favorite thing to do. When we fly drones, I we hear the radio transmissions and they can't do nothing. That motivates me when I hear their distress and they can't move, they can't operate, and just do my job. I feel like I'm doing something amazing and great here, and I'm going to continue to do it. So, some of the first things I'd recommend new soldiers is to get a hold of a copy of On Combat, and then another book is called On Killing. It's done by an author that I cannot remember right now, but it is amazing, uh, detailed examples of how your mind and body will react to these stressful situations. And if you know ahead of time what you're going to feel and what you're going to do, and it doesn't feel weird or awkward or shameful, that's going to help you in the long run. Is knowledge. Prepare yourself. Uh, I would recommend this book to any soldiers, not any drone operators or anything like that. Any soldier needs to read or listen to on combat and on killing. It will prepare you immensely for what you're going to experience. And just listen to the professionals that are training you. They have been there and done that. They're going to be harsh because they want you to live. Your job is to not die for Ukraine. Your job is to live for Ukraine. So, in a perfect world, peace will be every man, woman, and child should be able to live without fear, to have enough food, to have enough money, uh, to be at ease in this world. But unfortunately, we don't live in this world. I myself will never see peace. I will continue either to do business in this type of industry or continue to be a soldier professionally for Ukraine or in the private sector. Um, I won't see peace ever, uh, but people need to find their own peace on the inside, even if it's just a small part. There is a possibility that I could leave a peaceful life, but it's going to need a good support system, uh, a good partner to help me through this. At some point, I will be ready to leave this behind and go, but I'll still continue to live with the memories and the scars of the battlefield.